But when they have an Addison Rae or a Charli D'Amelio or any of the other, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed content creators that are out here that are white, those people get thrust into the forefront and they go, look at what we found. Some real talent. And it's like, wait a second. They're actually mimicking and copying the real talent.
Pascal.
Black TikTokers go on strike and refuse to create viral dances because white creators are stealing their moves and failing to credit them. Okay? So black TikTokers have gone on strike and refusing to create dances because no one is crediting them and saying that these moves are being stolen. They're saying these other people, these other white creators are becoming viral sensations, becoming overnight stars, as they're saying here, and stealing these moves, stealing the moves that are created by these black creators. Okay? Now, the no dance strike erupted when Megan Thee Stallion released her new song, Thought-ish, on June 11th. Something that would be typically led to the creation of a viral dance circulating on the social media app, as happened with her song WAP with Cardi B. All right, it's all the woes and all that stuff. Okay, by Tuesday morning, almost 1 month on the song's release, there were around 487,000 videos on TikTok set to the song, but no dance trend has yet emerged. All right, TikTok is known for its viral dance crazes, which black creators say are often choreographed by them before the trend is picked up by white stars, many of whom have achieved lucrative success outside of the app thanks to their large follower count, like Charli D'Amelio, Kourtney Kardashian's pal, Addison Rae. I don't know why they had to put in Kourtney Kardashian's name in there, but whatever, okay? Several black creators say white creators then fail to credit them on their work and benefit from copying them, sometimes even taking credit for its creation. Okay, we got to talk about this because this is a real thing. All right, so both Charli, who boasts that she has over 100 million followers, and Addison Rae, who has over 80 million followers, okay, on the app, have previously come under fire for failing to give black dancers due credit when recreating their work. All right, now the funny thing is there was a TikTok. This is the one I saw. And I don't really, I have a TikTok account, but I barely use that ish. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Shameless plug. Go follow me on TikTok, okay? The Pascal Show. But anyway, I don't really use it that much. You know what I'm saying? I throw some skits up there, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But here it is. I saw this TikTok, this very TikTok, all right? And within this TikTok, this is the Eric Lewis, all right? In this TikTok, there was he said, I made a dance to this song, and whatever, I forgot what song it was, but he, of course, dance credit me, all right? So then, instead of doing a beautifully choreographed piece, all right, he just flips off the camera and, to the beat and walks off camera, right? But what's funny is that after he made this track, right? Because I can't play the video, the actual, because of the music and everything, copyright stuff. He went on to, he did another video right after that. Because guess what happened? A bunch of other kids, a bunch of other creators, white creators, copied the same dance moves for their videos. When all he was doing was, I'm not creating any music for you, or I'm not creating any dance moves. I'm on strike. But then he turned around and he said, it's really funny. Y'all are out here dancing to this, doing choreography to this, and y'all are getting 900,000 views off of that content that wasn't even supposed to be choreography. And still, he wasn't even credited in those videos. So we have got to talk about this because right now, a lot of white creators You know, the Addison Rays and the Charli D'Amelios of the world are tripping right now because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got that trendy that trendy dance move, you know, to use in their stuff. Some of these creators are just literally trying to find anything. They're literally trying to make up their own choreography, which obviously sucks and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? So we got to talk about this. I got to throw it out to the guys. David, T, what are your thoughts? I'm going to throw it to David first. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, so I guess this seems like a normal thing for TikTok from what I've seen, really. A lot of times they do just rip off other people, never give credit for it. I mean, that's kind of what TikTok does seem to be. It's always like stealing or borrowing new dance moves and stuff for a quick trend or whatever. So I do think that you know, if these people that are complaining created these dance moves, that they can get it trademarked, but that is something you have to prove that you've done. Otherwise, I guess legally it doesn't really matter that they're doing it otherwise. But there is a lot of issues apparently on TikTok with racism, but not just between white and black people. But I noticed that there's huge TikTok trends on like black girls responding to colorism attacks by other black people or white people or anything. So there's definitely a lot of racial issues on TikTok that seem to be coming up. A lot of and you know, you had that what was it? I guess like a trend where people were like dressing in blackface for a bit and then saying like, this is what black people do type thing. So I mean, this is the kind of environment that TikTok, I think, encourages. So it's not too surprising to me in that way. As far as the actual dance goes, though, I mean, it would be great if people gave them credit, but usually people don't. If they take your move, they're not going to give you credit, no matter who you are, usually. So I don't know what the answer to that would be. I mean, the people that have that are old enough, like over 18, and have some money can get their stuff trademarked so that they can actually make those people pay them if they use the move. But otherwise, dance does just kind of fall into that open source thing where if you see it or hear it, you can kind of mimic it. It doesn't really, at least to me, it doesn't seem like it belongs to any one person or anything, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I'm going to throw it over to you, T, here in a second. I just, you know, here it is. We've been seeing this for a long time. Okay. You know, I think that we live in a time, you know, I think we live in a time, or we've always lived in a time. I mean, look at this. Look at Elvis Presley. Look at Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying anything about Eminem. I'm not sitting here saying anything about Elvis Presley. Shoot, Vanilla Ice. Any of these people that have taken certain culture, you know, certain pieces that were part of the culture and used it to push it out to the white community. So it's been happening since a millennia. You know what I'm saying? It's been happening forever. You know, this whole taking something and turning it into something. You know what I'm saying? They took blues and turned it into rock and roll. You see what I'm saying? Or actually, Chuck Berry turned it into rock and roll. Rock and roll then suddenly became the thing that every white artist was using. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, we could talk about this for days, but at the same time, we also do, and just to keep it fair, there are people that, you know, art is art, right? Choreography, dancing, etc. has been something that has been around forever. And it's all about being inspired from somebody else's movements, etc. Look at, for example, like Michael Jackson. You still see a lot of his movements, you know, in choreography. You know, he influenced a way of how people dance. James Brown, I mean, and I'm not sitting here saying that James Brown was a choreographer, but he danced a certain way to the point where people were copying that. I mean, I feel like we all influence each other in some sort of way. That's what art is, right? It's a culmination of different things, not only just things that come from your own creative mind, but it's the things that you you absorb in your brain that turn into that art, right? We didn't learn about tap dancing until we saw somebody actually do tap dancing. And then somebody was able to use that tap dancing, for an example, and expand that into something bigger, right? To turn it into tap dancing. Then you have the Savion Glovers, etc. of the world that were out here just killing it in the tap dancing game. And I know I'm using tap dancing, and it may not be the best example, but you see what I'm saying. Things influence each other, and it grows and grows and grows. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about kids who are literally taking choreography, using it for their own financial benefit, and not giving these kids the credit they rightfully deserve. Now, I want to pull this up really quick because this really just popped up in my brain, and this is a perfect example. Perfect example. I got to show it to you guys because this is just trash. In my personal opinion, this is absolute trash. I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you bits and pieces of it. And the thing is, there's something about this that really irks and just irks my soul and angers me more than you can even know. And I'm only playing a few seconds of this. A few seconds because you know exactly why. Okay? Here it is. Now, this is like, I'm sorry, I just want to, look at this, and this is like their way of trying to get the vast white majority of the white audience that watches this show to understand what these dance moves are like, or to understand what TikTok is, or who Addison Rae is. But here it is. They whitewash the hell out of it. No offense. And I love the Roots. But real talk, they turned this into some BS, some bull-ish, okay? Now, when it comes to Addison Rae, she didn't create none of these dance moves, y'all. Not one of them, not one stitch, and she's out here on the forefront. What? Because she got a smile and it looks like she can sell a tube of Colgate? Because she's what? There's plenty of other creators, black creators that made this stuff, that made these dance moves. And she's the one who's showing it to the world, trying to explain it and show it to the mainstream media, all because she has 81 some odd million followers, not the creators of those dance moves. She has not one creative bone in her body. She is a copycat. She knows how to do choreography. She knows how to follow dance moves, but she's not the one creating these ideas and making them popular. She's just taking it, going, hey, this is what I learned from the black creator that I follow on the sly. And I'm going to scoop up a bag. That's BS, y'all. Now, I'm sorry, T. I didn't get a chance to throw it over to you, but that just popped in my head really quick. So I need to hear your thoughts on this too, man. So what do you think?
Well, I guess it all depends on the intent of the person who is copying the dance moves. I do know that legally you cannot trademark a dance move, but you can trademark the name of a dance move. So if the TikTokers are naming their dance moves and are getting them trademarked, then there will be a way of them getting some kind of legal stance in it. But again, someone can still copy the dance move and probably change the name. So it's really hard because TikTok, like David said, is designed as a copycat kind of platform where everyone is doing the same thing every day. It's just that it's unfortunate when the person who originated the dance move is not profiting off their own creation. And that's the hard part. And it's the person that's using their own platform intentionally stealing something for profit. And I think there should be some kind of legal ramifications for that, where they have to back up their originality and back up where they or how they created the dance move. As far as historically speaking, like you brought up, Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, rock and roll. Yeah, I mean, black entertainers were considered, um, just that, like almost like the property of the audience. So they were always being used to show um, what they can do and entertain the masses without really getting credit for it, without really um, having any kind of ownership over their own personal skills. So it's unfortunate because, again, I think whatever trickled its way down to the current society, people should have the integrity, especially entertainers, to represent and you know, give, I would say, acknowledgement to the original creators of that style of music or dance.
I think absolutely I think that what they're doing right now is that they're trying to figure out how to give credit, like proper credit. I think a lot of these choreographers are trying to find ways to actually copyright their movements so that no matter what, if you're doing that dance move to whatever music that they're dancing to, they're still getting credit no matter what, or they're receiving some of your bag that you're securing. Because like I said, it's very frustrating. I can totally understand how some of these choreographers, these content creators, are feeling when they see somebody, because this has been an issue. It started like right about here with the Addison Rae on the Tonight Show, right? And she's getting all the glory, right? And she's getting all the love. And she's showing everybody else these dance moves, and there's been stuff like the renegade dance, the choreography, etc. Some of these girls or some of these creators did not get a chance to really receive the credit that they really do deserve. And I could see it being very tough for these content creators to find a way to make this work, so that the algorithms or the bots over in TikTok can actually find those dance moves and make sure that those things are getting copywritten. But that's something that needs to happen, because just because you happen to have, like, you just have the cute white guy or the cute white girl, you know what I mean, popping and locking and all that stuff, and they're in the forefront and everyone's going, oh, such and such, oh, he's so dreamy. It's like, no, they did not do any, there's no creation from them. There's no creativity from them. They just happen to look good. And they're doing these dance moves. That's the only thing that they have in their favor. But like I said, since this alleged choreography strike from black creators, the content for choreography and dance moves has dropped. There are white creators trying to come up with their own stuff, but it's whack. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I'm sorry, mama. You know what I mean? That's even Eminem right there, too. Anyway, but real talk. Sorry. There's just a certain flavor. There's flavor that these content creators are not bringing to the table. And that's what's so sad about this. But I had to bring it up because I felt like, you know what? This is absolutely 110% true. We see this every single day, man. We see this crap all the time. We see this stuff on all the reality shows, like the singing competitions, etc. You see all these people. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm going to say it. You'll sit there and they'll do all day long, like The Voice or American Idol, because American Idol is apparently, a thing now. America's Got Talent, if they do have the singing edition. A lot of times they will put that white person that's blonde hair, blue eyed, that sounds like it's the blue-eyed soul. They will put that person all the way up on a pedestal because they're like, oh man, that boy can sing. He got some soul in his voice. But it's funny because that black kid that goes in auditions, goes through the auditioning process, probably sounds the same as him, probably better. But because he's not white, they won't put him on. because it's not an anomaly. It's not a rarity to see a singer. It's not an anomaly to see a black singer that can actually blow. It's an anomaly to see a white kid with that soul. So then they'll throw that out there. Go, look at this anomaly. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying, Mickey? Even the Italians with the brown eyes, okay? Even them too, Mickey, okay? But at the same time, don't you notice? Because if it was a black person that was Addison Rae, they would not put any. They would not even put that person, Addison, in the forefront. They wouldn't care, because they would go, of course, because she's black. They got rhythm. They got that flavor. So we're not surprised. But when they have an Addison Rae or a Charli D'Amelio or any of the other, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed content creators that are out here that are white, those people get thrust into the forefront. And they go, look at what we found. Some real talent. And it's like, wait a second. They're actually mimicking and copying the real talent. And those people who have the real talent are the ones who only have let's just say the 20, 80, 100,000 maybe, not the millions. But isn't that funny? It always seems to be that case. Real talk. Things do need to start changing. Things need to start flipping around. Real talk. They do need to start flipping around, because I'm sick and tired of talking or seeing this kind of stuff. Seeing these stories happen all the time. And that's true. It's facts. You'll see people who are creating this content. They get a few views, but then because somebody like a Charli D'Amelio or a Addison Rae will take those videos and just quickly crank them out. You know what I mean? Where they're barely wearing anything as well. I've noticed that too. It's always a thing. I don't know what's up with TikTokers. Ladies, y'all need to start covering up. I don't understand why y'all under boobs and all this stuff. It's not good. It's not good. You're calling on the wrong group of people. Real talk. You could call in the wrong group of people. But like I said, they'll go scantily clad and they'll do the hit the whoa, and then they make millions. Next thing you know, they're on a reality show, or they're coming out with their own singles, or they're getting invited on the Tonight Show. And they're the ones who get the credit. And that's not fair. They need to start figuring out how to copyright this stuff, real talk, because it's about damn time. None of these creators deserve to be thrown under the bus. It's unfair. These people are the ones that should be getting the jobs and being put out there. Because a lot of these black creators can sell a tube of Crest, a tube of Colgate. They got great smiles. A lot of them are very beautiful individuals. They just happen to have a lot more talent. But they don't want to put those black creators out in the forefront. And that is wrong, y'all. They better fix that quick, or TikTok is going to turn into something else. Real talk. Now it's going to be like, I've seen something else where it's like where it's just hypersexualized, like just hypersexualized content. And I feel like that's the realm that TikTok is going to start walking down if they don't give their choreographers, their black dance content creators, the respect and the acknowledgement that they deserve.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.